Welcome back to The Cabin Podcast. I'm Andrea Belke.
And I'm Megan Christian.
The Cabin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Counties Association and the WCA Group Health Trust. And we're officially in the fall season. People are looking to get out there and do some fall hikes, outdoor activities. So Megan and I figured we have someone perfect for this episode.
Yes, we have our very own Lindsey Hayes. How are you doing, Lindsey?
Good, ladies. A lot of time on the road right now. We joke that the end of summer and going into fall is a very busy time, but I love it because we're outside a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you don't know Lindsey, she is one of the hosts of Discover Wisconsin, and she's definitely our outdoor expert. You have your finger on the pulse of all things ATVing, UTVing, fishing, hunting, trails. So you're perfect for this theme.
Well, I appreciate that. You have to use the word expert lightly. I like to say enthusiast. I really do live and breathe it, even in my free time as well as much as I can at work. So it's nice to blend the two.
Yeah. Was this something you've always been into? I imagine, my guess is as a child, you were already out there, right?
Yep. Farm girl, grew up on a small little hobby farm in southern Wisconsin. So it was part of it. Like, what can I do out at the farm to keep myself busy and finding, like, going hiking in the woods? Like, I just love the peace, the serenity of that. And then once I got older and was able to learn how to hunt, go with my dad and fish, all of those things. So it's been second nature since I was little.
I mean, when I first met you, we are so similar. Like our backgrounds, like I grew up on a farm, was out there hunting, fishing, like getting out, was in the mud from when I was born. Like it was from when I was born. I was born in the mud. But I mean, that was my childhood too. Like always outdoors, camping. So we have so much in common when it comes to that.
You guys are very similar in that sense. Whereas for me, like I just recently started kind of getting into the outdoors scene. So I'm really excited to, Lindsey, like firstly talk with you about this because I feel like fall's such a great time to get outside. You're not in the heat. The colors start to change. So we're going to talk about hiking. We have some off-roading stuff. Going to talk about ATV, UTV safety, and then a fun little game at the end. So I'm excited.
Me too. I think the biggest thing that I want to say is my goal now in my career has been to like, what is your purpose, right? And all the stuff. And like, how can we get people to connect again with nature and like the importance of getting kids outside, the importance of us getting outside. We live in a chaotic world, and the best place to go find that serenity or peace, get outside. 30 minutes of sunshine, go for a walk. It doesn't have to be go hunting, go fishing. Like I love that stuff, but I also just like to go sit and like watch hummingbirds outside and get a little sun. So there's a lot of things that we can kind of emphasize with that.
Yeah. Should we get into some of the hiking?
I think we should. Yes.
Yeah. So when it comes to fall hikes in Wisconsin, what are your go-tos?
Well, I live close to Devil's Lake State Park. And I'm very lucky in that sense. But just in the fall, that wow factor of hiking up to the top of those bluffs and being able to see for 30 miles of all of those bright colors and vibrant colors, I do think it is by far one of the best places in the state of Wisconsin to go and see that. The hike up is cool through the shale rock. And then you get up there and you're seeing just the beautiful Devil's Lake. But then you've got the rock formations and like balanced rock is a great. So if you're looking for a trail there, the balanced rock trail is a great one to get up to the top. It's less than a mile, but it's a strenuous hike straight up. But that is the viewpoint that I love to get up to, and Devil's Doorway. Devil's Doorway provides that view more of the like trees, whereas balanced rock provides you more of the view of the lake. But that's where I would 100% recommend to go.
Yeah, I went there this summer and I really liked the hiking. I also thought it was really cool to see the effigy mounds that are there because there's a rich Native American history. I also was reading that the reason it's called Devil's Lake is because originally the Native Americans called it Spirit Lake, and then settlers came in and they associated spirit with devil, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So, but there's still the effigy mounds there that are one's in the shape of a bird and the other one is in a different animal. And I think when you're there, it's kind of cool to see the effigy mounds. They have that nice little camping area there. Yep. There is a lake. You can go swimming. And I went in the summer, but I bet the fall is so stunning.
Right. Yeah. And the lake is great for fishing. I found out this summer that you can scuba dive there. And so that's actually where a lot of training out of the Madison area, they go and do their certification right on the lake there. 29 miles of hiking trails. I mean, there's so many different vantage points, but such a great resource for Sauk County. And that's definitely one of those. Another really big one that I love is Interstate State Park. It's always a tongue twister. I have to say it twice, like Interstate State Park. Yes, and so that one is another gorgeous one of just to see how the glaciers came through and carved out this area. There's a section of the Ice Age Trail that's right there that's beautiful. It's only about 9 miles of trail. It's not as strenuous of a hike as what you can get at Devil's Lake, but you are right up on the St. Croix River and you're able to get those vantage points fall. I have some photos of my husband and I, nice date night, or going out there and like seeing that right before sunset with all the fall colors. It was beautiful.
And so Interstate State Park is the oldest state park in the state. So that was founded in 1900. It's also the only state park that part of it is in another state. So right there in Minnesota. That's a cool one. I would say if you're going up there too, about 10 minutes south in Osceola is Cascade Falls. I don't know if you've been there, but it's not a huge waterfall, but it is like this really pretty waterfall that kind of comes off these rocks, and it's only 10 minutes away. So that's kind of a nice place to go. I was also looking up the Interstate State Park, and it's just a quick Google search, but they have all these events too that are up there, and especially in the fall. It'd be a good thing if you want to do like a weekend getaway or something.
100%. And you're only less than an hour also from Minneapolis, and so it is. Taylor Falls is right on that Minnesota border, and so a lot of people get confused, like which state park is it? But there are 2 that are right there from both bordering states, and so gorgeous. And a lot of people love to float the river in that area as well. So there's a lot of options. Camp, hike, go and hang out on the river. There's a lot of fun.
I haven't spent a lot of time in that part of the state. So I think that that's definitely going to be on my fall bucket list, is to hit those areas. Where I've gone recently, though, is the Ice Age Trail. And Lindsey, I know you've hit some segments. I've hit some segments. Andrea, I'm sure you have. But we were just recently by the Holy Hill area of it. We didn't actually get on the trail for the Ice Age Trail in that specific area, but it looked beautiful. I was just at the Algoma Ice Age Trail segment, which is kind of more urban, like you're more in the downtown. And then the Rib Lake section also, which is very quiet and quaint. But I'm curious, Lindsey, if you've gone to different segments of this.
Yeah, so their Ice Age Trail is in the area of around 1,200 miles. And there's a lot of people that are like, their goal and mission is to do every little stretch and see if they can do all of those miles. One of the sections I've really loved is actually in Lincoln County. It's between Merrill and Tomahawk. There's Highway 107 that runs right up between those. And the Ice Age Trail is just towards the river along there. And what I love in that section is there's these huge boulders, like we're talking the size of a dump truck size boulders that you're walking and weaving. And then you get right down by the water and there's like cascading from the rock formations in the water where you have those little mini waterfalls. So that section from like 10 miles north of Merrill is a great little stretch right along the water. And we actually were there last year in the fall to see the fall colors. So that's a good section that I've really enjoyed.
I feel like you're going to find good fall colors anywhere on the Ice Age Trail, which is great. And a lot of the time you can get super high up and get those nice views. A lot of the segments have observation towers off of there. Pike Lake is another good one that Andrea and I were at recently in the Hartford area. And you kind of just drive in, you're not really expecting it, but it's this gigantic lake. And if you want to do the trail, it's right within the Kettle Moraine State Forest, which is nice. So they have a lot of trails. I think they had like 8 or 9 different ones. But they also have an observation tower where you can oversee the whole entire lake. So that's one of my favorite parts about just fall views and hiking.
All right. I have 2 near Superior.
Okay.
Megan's going to say we talk about waterfalls too much. I will.
But I'm okay with it for fall because we talk about it a lot in summer. In the fall, you're not necessarily swimming in them as much.
I don't think we talked about waterfalls too much though. I think it was only
not in a while.
No, not in a while. Yeah. So I think we can now.
I think we can.
Yeah,
you have the clear from me.
Okay.
The song just popped into my head. I had to like, don't go chase waterfalls. It's like one of those, like, no, you need to go chase waterfalls.
I want to know.
There's so many up there.
I want to know how many times that has been used as like caption for an Instagram post.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Waterfalls.
It's probably just like a hashtag, just so you can click on it.
But
X amount of posts.
Wisconsin does have some nice waterfalls. So some that you can see near Superior, you have Pattison State Park. So that is home to Big Manitou Falls, which is the tallest waterfall in Wisconsin. Anyone know how tall it is?
I feel like we talked about this before, and I want to say it's like close to 200 feet, but it doesn't exceed it, right?
It's 165 feet.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, and I've been there. I was filming there. It's really cool. It's nice to see, yeah. So that's their tallest waterfall. And then there's also Little Manitou Falls, which is 30-something feet. And that's just a little bit further south. But Pattison State Park, that's a great place to go, do some hiking, see our tallest waterfall.
Right.
And then not that far away is Amnicon Falls State Park, and that has 4 waterfalls. And one of the waterfalls there is called Now and Then Waterfall. Because I guess it is flowing now
sometimes.
and then.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I've been on adventures where you're like, is it actually the time of year?
Yeah.
Right? A good time to go see waterfalls when they're actually going to be raging more is in that spring, right after the snow melt, right? And then work your way south because that's kind of how the water flows down. And so then that's a good time of year to go see it. When you're talking up there, I know we're talking off-roading in a little bit, but Superior Falls. We started in Hurley, Wisconsin, and weaved up along basically the UP Wisconsin border all the way up and found a bunch of different waterfalls via UTV.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended at Superior Falls, which is one of the tallest. I know it's not the tallest, but I think it's like top 5 in the state of Wisconsin for it. And the nice thing about that is a lot of them, you get to a spot and then you have to hike in. You can literally park your UTVs and go, and it's less than a minute walk over to then have that view. And so that actually, Superior Falls will drain into Lake Superior.
Wow.
So you're right on the water. And then we went from the falls down along, and there's this gorgeous little drive, and you weave with the UTVs right on the water for the view.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Have you done any of the waterfalls in Marinette County?
I have not.
Okay, because that one, so Marinette County is the waterfall capital of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And I think that's should be on our bucket list.
Yeah,
kind of do the
probably.
waterfall tour there. But
And that's just north of Green Bay, right? Yep. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, another one that reminds me, just being up north near Superior, I did a 4-mile hike for an episode on Basswood Island. It's one of the Apostle Islands, and it takes you out to this old brownstone quarry. So it's a really rewarding hike. You get halfway through, beautiful view of the quarry. You're surrounded by Superior. You do need like a private charter to get out there. We used escape excursions, and Captain Shelley was awesome. But it was just like a super rewarding hike. And it's one of those hikes where you're uphill the whole way up, downhill the whole way down. It's not like going to school uphill both ways, But that was a really rewarding one and pretty moderate. So I feel like most people could do it.
I have one question, because I always joke about this. Whenever you're going outdoors, you have to gauge, what's your group? So what kind of a hiker are you? Because that's another thing to preface for people who like it. Like, I like to work up a sweat. I want to go to the top. I want to get to the point of not too many people want to go there. And so I do think, what kind of a hiker are you?
I'm that.
I think for me, it kind of depends on the weather, because if I'm in Wisconsin, my hiking looks a lot different than if I'm hiking in Arizona. I'll pretty much hike anywhere as long as there's people. I want people around me just because you do have the risk of falling, and it is a little more rockier. But in Wisconsin, I think I do like to just kind of be quaint, quiet, alone, not super duper buggy and wooded, but I'm okay with it if there are,
See, I wanna be sweaty. I want the bugs coming after me in a trail behind me.
Oh, see, do you guys douse yourself in bug spray when you're doing this?
Yes.
Oh, I do.
No.
I have to. You don't?
I joke that bug spray is my perfume when I'm outside. There was this one type of bug spray that actually smelled like tropical punch, and I used to douse myself in it. When I was a bev girl on the golf course, the guys would be like,
ooh,
oh my gosh, you smell so delicious. I'm like, thank you, it's bug spray.
I'm with you on that, because when you're bev carding, those deer flies are just attacking you. It's bad.
So the bugs have to be really, really bad for them to bite me.
Okay.
I have whatever blood type. They don't bite.
O negative. Don't have O negative, because they love me. Ticks and mosquitoes.
I don't know my blood type.
Oh.
Is that bad?
Yeah, we should get that. You
Okay.
need to know that.
I just gotta go get my finger pricked or what?
No, I don't. I guess mine's O negative.
No, I'm O negative.
Oh, you're O negative.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, what yours is to be if they don't like you. O negative, you don't want because they.
Oh, okay.
Mine's the universal so that I can give to everyone, but I can't receive from everyone.
Oh, okay.
And so mine's one that they want me to donate lots, but then also the mosquitoes and ticks also like me to donate to them, and I prefer not to.
I'm gonna go with I probably have that then.
Okay, yeah. So Megan, you were saying you don't want as strenuous of a hike as maybe Lindsey and I do.
Yeah.
So a good one, I think, for people that want to do a little hiking, but also maybe want to take in some history, Aztalan State Park.
Yes, and I have done that. We actually went on a field trip there when I was little because it's 5 minutes away from where I went to school.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's in Jefferson County, and it is kind of between Lake Mills and Johnson Creek. So Aztalan State Park was technically the first town in Wisconsin. So inhabited by Native Americans that came up from what people say is the first city in America, Cahokia. Thousands of people there. It's southern Illinois. And so some people from there came up and then they created Aztalan. Originally, people thought that it was the Aztecs, but then they realized it wasn't the Aztecs. It's these people that came up from southern Illinois.
So when you drive up, you kind of just see these big grass hills and you're not really sure what they are. But once you get there, they have little bits of history as you're walking through. And we learned that they're burial grounds, actually. Like if you were to dig them up today, you would definitely find some stuff. It's super duper interesting, beautiful late summer, fall hike for sure.
No, it's cool. And going off of that, only 20% is excavated.
Yeah.
So when you go there, it does feel almost like a spiritual experience, right? Because there's a lot of that history that remains there. This was in about 1100 AD to about 1200, 1300 AD. And then these people that came there were there for 150 to 200 years, and then they just vanished.
Yeah.
Really?
So not really any record of where they went.
No history at all, no.
Yeah. They came there because it was a great place to live. They have the Crawfish River right there, so lots of fish, a good resource. They had these huge mounds. They had built a wall all around it. The wall is gone now, but the people, in modern day put up some logs to kind of show where the wall would be. So, when you're there, it's cool. You can walk around. You can take a guided tour. You can do a self-guided tour. And I think what's also interesting, it was the first sporting arena in Wisconsin because the people of Aztalan would play this game called Chunky, and it was with spears and a stone disc. So how it would go is someone would throw or roll a stone disc, and then you'd throw a spear to where you think it's going to stop. Yeah. And then whatever spear is closest would get a point.
Yeah. Actually, and I swear to God, I'm not making this up. When I was on my field trip, someone found a little spear arrow laying in the wood. Yeah, so I don't know if maybe it got loose from one of the displays or something, but someone did find one. Yeah, but that's a great place to take kids to because it's very open and you're really not gonna lose them, which is, I guess, a plus because when you're hiking, sometimes you gotta keep them on a leash. Yeah. But I think that's a really great place to go. And with the sports arena, you can actually bring your own sports and use that area to play and kind of experience what they did.
Yeah. So. I mean, it was probably a display one that they found.
I feel like it probably was. But
I will say, I don't know, because a big part of my childhood was looking for arrowheads on our land. Cool. Have you found an arrowhead?
I have not.
It was the thing that my parents wanted us to do the most is we'd go out to the fields and we'd just walk and look for arrowheads. And my dad has found arrowheads, fluted axes. So the actual, the top of these.
Really?
The axes. Yeah. So it's the stone with the groove, and they're very hard to find.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I don't know. I'm sure they're not going to, but if they dug up Aztalan, they would find all of that stuff.
100%. And also in that area too, you could totally make a day trip, go to Lake Mills for the day, they have hiking there in a bunch of different parks. Aztalan Inn for food is literally right across the street from Aztalan State Park. You have Johnson Creek in the area, Fort Atkinson, Jefferson. The whole entirety of Jefferson County is just such a great weekend trip.
Yeah. I mean, and it's a National Historic Landmark, so really cool. And I think something that people don't always know exists there. So
Yeah. For
sure. You just got to work your way south, start north and work your way south in the fall because I joke now, it's
chasing colors.
And you only have a couple weeks. And especially this year, if I could say anything, we were just up in Forest County and it's going to be a quick fall colors because some leaves are already dropping and not even having that full color change.
Yeah.
And so it's always dependent on the weather, obviously, of how wet was our winter? How, there's so many things that go into it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be an interesting one this year. I think they will be delayed a little bit, but it's going to be a short window.
Yeah, for sure. And me and Andrea actually, like I mentioned before, we just did Holy Hill, and basically it's free to just climb to the top of the scenic tower, and we could already see some fall colors.
Yeah, so that's in Hubertus. Highly recommend, but that's going to be gorgeous in the fall. We had a great time.
We did. I mean, it's a pretty quick little walk up. I would definitely say, like, if you have knee problems or ankle problems, maybe just take the elevator up and get as high as you can. But if you're like pretty comfortable with doing really narrow stairs, that's a really cool one to see fall colors.
Important to know, it is an active church.
Yes.
So we did get shushed.
Oh, okay.
We did.
No, we were not being that loud, but we were so excited.
Yeah.
And then someone was waiting outside
of Mass.
Yeah. And so just so you know, it actually is an active church. So be very quiet. It's a fun little walk up, and I think it's going to be so beautiful very soon.
And also they have the outdoor Stations of the Cross. So if you are into the religious aspect of it, definitely check those out. I think they have 2 different sets. I did them when I was little because my parents raised me Catholic. But those are pretty cool to see. And then again, they do have the Ice Age Trail segment right there. So
any other hikes we should hit before we move on?
I want you to go. I have a really fun little date overnight stay, because I feel like those are the things, like, can you encompass it? I was blown away. I didn't think I was going to have this good of a time. I let my husband actually come up with the plan. And he's like, "Hun, we're going to Black River Falls." And I was like, "For the date night, what are we going to do?" And at night, we actually went out and we looked for the elk at sunset. And there are 2 elk herds in Wisconsin, and the Jackson County elk herd, there are 2 viewpoints. One is by Black River Falls and one's a little further south by Millston. It's only like 10 minutes away. But we were able to, at sunset, see 2 big bull elk out in this field, like right off from the road. You literally pull over and you don't have to hike or anything. And then we could off-road the next day. And then we went and did this amazing hike. And it's actually, I want to make sure that I get the name of this, because it's Castle Mound Nature Trail. And it's in the Black River State Forest. But the cool thing about it was it's a very short hike. And you can do it in under an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. And you're seeing these huge boulders as you go. There's sandstones that are millions of years old. And like huge boulders as you climb up. Then you get to the top and you're like, why in this boulder is there a random little metal staircase? And I'm like, are we allowed to go up there? What, are you sure? And it's like, yes. So you go up there, and it used to be an old fire station, lookout for Wisconsin.
Oh, interesting.
And a lot of those have been actually, like, they're now not an actual fire station lookout anymore. But you're able to get up there and look out. But it was such a cool experience to like go up these metal stairs and then be able to see out 360 over that entire area into Minnesota. And I loved learning about the history of thinking like some person's job was to sit up here remotely by themselves and be like, I think that's a fire over there. I think that might be a fire over there, and then call it in. You know,
oh my gosh.
Comprehending that was kind of like, oh my gosh, you know, how times have changed, right? But it was cool to get to experience that. And so if you're looking for like a short one, it was one of my favorites that I just found. So.
Yeah. So what's the deal with the elk? They're just out in the wild?
Yeah, so they're out in the wild. So elk have actually been, since the 1990s, have been repopulated here in Wisconsin. So we have 2 elk herds in the state. We do not have big herds. Like, think of our deer numbers, and everyone's like, we got the deer, right? We are slowly seeing our elk populations grow. But yeah, so a lot of them you will see have the orange collar on. They're being tracked, and those are monitored by our DNR. And but it is a fun thing to see these elk populations continue to grow. And there is now elk hunting in Wisconsin, but to get a tag is slim to none.
I was going to ask you that because I was like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea and come to Wisconsin to elk hunt if you can't.
I don't know what the exact number is anymore, but it's less than like 10 tags. I believe it's around 5, and that we're starting to see that. But the cool thing is just to hear them bugle and to see that interaction up close and just to see the comparison from a deer to an elk. We went for the show and to Black River Falls, and I made the photographers go. I'm like, we're getting up early. We're going to chase these elk. We're staying up late. We're going to chase these elk. And they're camera shy because they were not out there when we came for the show. But then, of course, when my husband and I went for date night, I'm like, look, lo and behold, and right at sunset, the most gorgeous shots. And I'm out there with my cell phone trying to get a photo,
It always happens that way. It's the same thing with fishing. I swear. Every time you fish and you have a camera, you get nothing.
No, I know.
Wait, that's so cool. What does the bugle sound like?
Would you like, I can show you.
Oh, wait, should we jump ahead? Should we just go into wildlife right
we
now?
Can do that.
The Cabin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Counties Association, and this week we are featuring Price County. Price County is a land of forests, lakes, and endless adventure. It's known as the ruffed grouse capital of the world, and it's a dream for hunters and outdoor enthusiasts. Perfect for this episode. You can cast a line in the Flambeau River, paddle its winding waters, or hike and bike hundreds of miles of trails, including parts of the Ice Age National Scenic Trail. In winter, you have over 500 miles of groomed snowmobile trails. You can also cross-country ski at Solfest Trails in Phillips. By the way, Phillips is the county seat. And while you're there, warm up in a classic Northwood Supper Club. We've mentioned it before, but Price County is home to the Wisconsin Concrete Park, where more than 200 life-size folk art sculptures tell stories of local history created by Fred Smith. It's free to the public and a must-see. It is definitely on my bucket list. There is so much to do and see in Price County. For more information, go to wicounties.org.
The Cabin is also brought to you by the WCA Group Health Trust. Serving local governments and school districts, the WCA Group Health Trust partners closely with members to fulfill their employee health benefit obligations in a fiscally responsible manner. Learn more at wcaght.org. So basically, Lindsey has a little game for us, you guys. You want to explain it?
Sure. So I think one of the best parts of getting outside is to just sit in the quiet and listen to nature. And so I thought I'm going to bring a couple of animals that are in Wisconsin that are very outdoorsy. And I wanted you guys to see if you knew, name that animal, and then we can have some fun with it.
Okay.
So,
I am not feeling confident.
But also just enjoy the sounds of Wisconsin. Here's our first one.
Okay,
I'm
gonna go with that as an elk.
Yes, that's correct. So that is the elk bugle. And what would you call a female elk?
I was going to say coyote.
Oh, that's your guess? Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe not quite.
Just the screechiness of it.
So the one thing I was thinking that would be fun. So what's a female elk called? What do you think?
Is it a cow?
A cow, correct. Yep.
I am not going to know any of this. I'll sit back and drink my LaCroix.
And then what is a male elk called?
That's a bull.
The bull, yes. And so a lot of things in the outdoors, which we all can relate to, is a love language, right? And so that is the sound, the bugle is a part of a love language for them. And so it's kind of fun for us. It's one thing to hear it here, but if you can sit out and actually hear a bugle in person, it's something you'll never forget and you have to experience one time in your life.
That would be so cool to hear just on a quiet night.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then all the ladies start running in.
That's right. Yeah. That's how the guys do their hard flex, you know? No,
yeah.
It's fine.
I feel like that would terrify me if I were outside alone.
Well, fair enough. If you hear an actual wolf howl and it's close, I would be with you. That would be terrifying. I'd be like, no, thank you. But
I've heard a bear outside when I'm walking my dog before up north.
Really?
Horrifying.
Yeah, that would be scary.
Oh, yeah.
At least I think it was a bear.
Well, yeah, it's one of those. See, this is one of those reasons. The more you can identify, then you'll know.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to study animal noises at home now.
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
Right.
Next one.
Dude, I don't know what that...
Take a guess, Megan.
Some type of bird? Is it a bird?
Yeah.
It's a bird.
Really?
Yep.
Is it like an eagle?
It's a turkey.
A turkey.
It's a turkey.
I would not ever know that.
Okay, so now there's an interesting thing for you with this one. So it's a turkey, but do you know what kind of a turkey?
Okay, that would be, well, that's I don't know. Not a male. Because
Nope.
the male is.
That's right. Good job. You do know. You can do that part. That's great. So that is actually the female hen. And hens do more of that yelp. And then the males would do more of the gobble. Yeah, play it again. Hold on. Andrew, a male would do okay, now hold on. I have this for you.
Okay, and a male is called a tom.
Yes.
I know that.
Good job. That's perfect. Okay, so then this is an example of you're hearing the call of the hen and the gobble of the tom.
It's so interesting.
So that video is taken from when we're first getting into the woods in the morning. So a lot of the times when you go hunting, turkeys roost up in the tops of trees because that's for safety, that's where they fly at the end of the night. And so when you go out in the woods in the morning, you're going in at dark and you're calling. First we do a hoot call, and then the toms will do that gobble back. And then you're able to kind of locate like what trees are they in, because most likely they will fly down out of those trees to some sort of field or that area. And so that's kind of how, when we're going into the woods, that's the most intimate time, I guess, where you're able to hear. Like that morning we had, if you listen to that whole video, it's just like, Tom's gobbling here, Tom's gobbling here, Tom's gobbling here. And it's like for a turkey hunter, it's like Christmas in the woods, like Merry Christmas, where do I go? Type of thing. But actually, even more than hunting, for me, I just like really, truly love to get out and just hear those sounds, hear the woods wake up in the morning. If you've never done it, even if you don't hunt, just go out there and go out when it's pitch black, sit down. If you're scared of the woods, I promise you'll be safe. Just sit with someone, and then you'll hear those birds start to wake up as the sun rises. And it's such a cool thing. I find like when I'm stressed out, that is my peace and calm. Like, doesn't matter win, lose in the woods. It's just like, I needed that. So highly recommend it if you can get out.
Yeah. So one thing that I think is like really funny, I love the sound of woodpeckers. Like a lot of people think they're so annoying with their like, my grandma gets so mad. She'll be outside like banging pans like, quit gnawing on my house. Like, because it will literally like peck this one post outside. And every time I'm up there, I'm like, Grandma, just let me listen.
Yeah. I think it's so cool that they just instinctively know to do that.
So now I thought, what better way, ladies? I'm going to tell you this. So the thing that you're doing in the woods is you are, as the caller, emulating the hen. And we all know, whether you've turkey called or not before, you're a lady. So you know how to flirt with the guys or flirt in general, okay? And so that's what you're doing in the woods. You're saying, hello, I'm over here. I'm lonely. Come join me. Like, that's the message that you're trying to get across, okay? And then if he calls back, you're saying, come now. I really want to go on this date today. So that's like what we're trying to do, okay? Bat the eyelashes and get them to come to you. So I brought turkey calls. Okay. And I thought you could each try a little.
Okay.
Wait, how do these work?
Yeah. You just scratch them, right? Kind of.
Let's see.
Like,
let's do yours. Megan, good job.
Am I a professional?
Wait.
So for anyone just listening right now, Lindsey handed Andrea and I a little like wooden handle thing.
Try hers.
And just a little circle with, it almost looks like sandpaper on here. So
yes, okay. Here's Andrea. Let's hear Andrea's attempt. Here we go.
Try going back and forth.
Why am I bad at this?
No. Slow.
Okay. Why is Megan so good?
Andrea, I don't know if the times are going to know you're in the woods with that. Megan, good attempt, but kind of we might scare them away because
I got to go slower.
Yeah, so here, let me show you one. If you hold it on the side, okay, hold it up a little bit, and then you're going to take your actual and do the side here. Oh, maybe this.
That's Lindsey. See, that's what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
So like when you're want to go slow, and then you can like purr at them.
Wow.
If you guys saw Lindsey's face right now, she's actively flirting.
I think we'll leave it on a high note. We'll leave it with that. But those are cool. I've done them before, but they were different. They were ones where you kind of,
with the box calls and stuff.
Yeah.
So in turkey hunting, there's a lot of different ones. You can do the mouth call, you can do a box call, whatever. I just thought it would be kind of fun to have you ladies at least try. And it's even, I joke, I've been hunting for a long time. I started out letting a guide, my brother or my dad, be my guide and take me out on our farm. And I was just like, I can't do it. And the best thing is you can do it, but you just have to try. And the last 5 years, I've been like, I can do it myself. And my first bird that I got solo, I was 22 weeks pregnant with my baby twin boys. And I was out there calling a bird in by myself. So don't tell yourself you can't do things. You can. You just got to practice.
All right. Well, we have to move along. But let's quick cover some of your favorite spots to do ATVing and UTVing.
Yeah. I mean, I think first for me is home, right? Because I grew up on the farm. And so we have actually a lot of trails in our woods. But the cool thing about Wisconsin is we actually have over 50,000 different routes, trails, or places to go. And there are not many places in the entire U.S. where you're able to go from south to north or north to south or east to west and have a connector to get you everywhere you want to go. I joke there's a lot of ways to ride in Wisconsin, right? Are you one of those paved riders that's like, I don't want to eat dust. I just want to go from town to town, community to community, stop for lunch somewhere? There's some routes for that. Are you one that's like, give me the technical, give me the dirt, the mud? There's great places for that. And then, or are you the one, I need miles. I want to go 150 miles plus in a day, and that's all possible. So to have one state that encompasses all of those things is very cool. And Wisconsin is that. And why I think that the industry continues to boom, especially here, is because of it. So I was happily surprised. I just got back from Forest County where we were off-roading. Gorgeous trails, like blew my mind. Everyone told me like, go and see. And the maps don't do it justice because of the fact that they look like they're actually going to be a road, but their roads are like old school logging roads where he turned and he's like, that's a road. I'm like, a truck can go on this road? Like, this is not a road. You guys need to change this on the map because this is very deceiving. But it was gorgeous trails. The leaves are changing colors right now. And we were interweaving along different lakes and over rivers. And we went from Carter to Crandon to Mole Lake and made stops along the way in that area. Highly recommend. Crandon, motorsports mecca. That history for the state of Wisconsin and the U.S. just everywhere is UTV friendly up there. And I would highly recommend that. I would actually put that as one of the top, now has moved up in the ranks for me.
I was going to say, can you tell us your top 3 places to off-road in Wisconsin?
So I would say top 3, I really love the Hayward and Birchwood area. I grew up going there, right? So that's one of the reasons that it is so wonderful for me. But you can live that off-road lifestyle and that lake life all in one little weekend. And my passion is I want to go, if I'm going off-roading, I want to be in the woods. I want to be dirt. I want to be remote. I want to actually test my machine and do a little technical. And so that's the style that I'm going for. That's why I love there. Another great one, I would now move Forest County as number 2. That Mole Lake area, some of the trails that I saw there, they're brand new and cut. It's very cool because Forest County is the only county in Wisconsin that actually is home to 2 indigenous nations, and that being the Potawatomi community and also the Sokogan Chippewa community. Their lands butt up right on the trail, and they have both given rights to the local ATV clubs to cut these trails right through them. One thing that I love about that is there's nothing built on these lands. You are seeing literally authentic Wisconsin, untouched Wisconsin in those sections. And so that's the beautiful, you're at the lakes. There's no lake cabins on these lakes. It's all surrounded by trees. It's like the peace and quiet and serenity of the Northwoods to a T. And then another one is Black River Falls. I was happily surprised when I went there. I did not realize that there was going to be the differences in, if you like sand, you can go and throw a little sand. If you like to put on the miles, you can put on the miles and connect counties. And then you can go down and enjoy like just gorgeous views along the lake and put on, and, you know, go town to town. People will stop, you know, for lunch. There's a ton of places. I joke in Wisconsin, it's almost like a rite of passage. Like every mile down the road, you can find somewhere to stop, right?
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these rides are doing now, is getting groups together, the ATV clubs, and let's go all do a group ride somewhere.
And then, okay, for beginners,
Yes.
how would you go about that? Are there places in these towns where you can rent UTVs and ATVs?
They are. And that would actually be one of the things I would recommend to do. If you haven't ever done it, find a friend that does do it and go along so you can kind of learn and comprehend a little bit of it, or find a place that you can rent. When you get there to rent, they give you a little brief synopsis of, this is how you use your machine.
Mhm.
This is how to do it safely. This is how to, you know, put it in park, put it in reverse, do all of those things. Those are the beginners. Wear your helmet, you know, learn how to use and learn how to read a map, just like you do on your phone for everything else. They tell you on these UTV maps, giving you all of that key and that legend to say, like, don't go here. This is a route. This isn't a route. And even as someone who does it a lot, double and triple check, because like highways are a no-no in Wisconsin. Like, do not be driving. And when in doubt, there are sections, small sections in certain places that you can, but like just understanding the rules of it is so important. And I can't say it enough about just wear your helmet, buckle up. I know some people are like, oh, you know, it's not cool or whatever. It is cool. Safety is cool.
Yeah.
And do it for yourself. Do it for those that you meet out on the trail, and just have fun and make it sure that it stays fun, right? With the safety element out there, and do the speeds. I joke, I have a nickname of Leadfoot Linz, right? And I like adrenaline. I like to go fast, but there's a time and a place of where it's safe, and there's a time and a place where it's not okay.
Yeah.
And so making sure to be smart is number one priority for yourself and everyone else out there. And there are some stretches of Wisconsin where you can go, and just being responsible.
Yeah. I do like how versatile it is, because like my dad bought a UTV not too long ago, and he like jacked up all the speakers in it, has crazy lights, but then some people like to just go off-roading or get dirty in the mud. And I think it's cool that you can kind of do whatever you want with it.
Oh, yeah. I am a dance party girl.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the second I'm in there, it's like crank the music and let's go.
Yep.
And that's when it's fun.
Yeah.
And then I joke, though, I'm like, please quit putting me on camera in my helmet, goggles, dancing outside the machine. But I am always dancing. So it's like, okay, I guess it's fitting.
Got to get the vibes up.
Right.
Well, Leadfoot Linz, thank you so much. No, you gave us such great ideas for hiking, also doing some UTVing and options if you're a beginner or more advanced. So we appreciate you coming in and talking all things fall outdoor activities.
Yes. And now my next goal is to get you ladies out on the trail with me, get you ice fishing maybe this
Oh, I'm down for ice fishing. I have my ice cleats.
Yes, I like that.
Yes.
Because the best thing we can do is introduce someone new to the outdoors, or a new activity out there.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, I'm excited to have you on in the winter maybe then and talk about some outdoor activities.
Yeah, where can people follow you?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at Lindsey Hayes TV.
Amazing.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on, Lindsey. We appreciate it. All right, cabin listeners, that is all we have for you today, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
All right, cabin listeners, we are back with a little behind the scenes look of another upcoming Discover Wisconsin episode. And this one is on the Ice Age Trail, which I got to be a part of. And we're here with producer Jake Rome. So welcome, Jake.
Hey guys, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about this episode, but kind of give people the rundown of what it is before you and I kind of get into it.
Yeah, so the Ice Age Trail in Wisconsin cuts through 22 communities. It goes from point to point, from the west to the east, and there are so many places to go, but being that we're Discover Wisconsin, we wanted to pick a handful of communities to focus on. So in our episode, we start with the Ice Age Trail Alliance, which is in Cross Plains. We visit their headquarters, check out some of the trails around there. Then we go to Portage to see their paved portion of the trail, some things to do along the trail. After that, we head to
We hit so many different places during this. Was it Rib Lake?
Yeah, Rib Lake, thank you, was the third location we spot. Really cute, quaint location too.
Yeah.
I think you were with me on that one. And we end our episode in Algoma, right at the base of Door County, which was gorgeous. We got to see a cool kite flying festival, and there's just so much you can see on the Ice Age Trail, and these were just a few pockets that you can explore along the way.
Yeah, so you and I started in Rib Lake, and Andrea, just to kind of give you, have you ever been there before?
No.
So it's this really quiet, small community where everyone knows everyone. But
where's Rib Lake?
It's kind of in the middle of the state.
It's on the way up to Wausau,
Okay. It's about 45 minutes west of Merrill.
Okay, yeah.
So we started off at this cute little coffee shop. You would have loved it.
Sure, I would have.
Had the best peppermint tea ever there. But then we got to meet up with Butch Clendenning, who the sweetest little man ever. And he had this cute little dog. He actually lives like right off of the Ice Age Trail. So we went and hiked. He made us a delicious lunch.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but I don't know if is Butch someone that he can make lunch for everybody?
I think Butch would.
Yeah, he definitely could. And he made us the best enchiladas I've ever had that far north. I mean, it was incredible. Brought
like
us into his
fresh
home.
chicken.
Yep.
Like,
would you say that area is a good place to get on the Ice Age Trail if people have never done it before?
So what they were telling us with the headquarters is that any place is good. You know, the trail is so close to so many communities that you can hop on virtually anywhere. You're always close to it. Rib Lake is a great place if you want more trail to yourself because it's a little bit quieter, it's a little more remote, and it doesn't get as much traffic as, say, like Algoma or someone further down south. So if you're looking to go in the wintertime, like snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, that's a great, quiet, remote place where you could have the trail pretty much to yourself.
I know someone right now that is doing a through hike of the entire Ice Age Trail.
That's crazy.
Do you know offhand how many miles it is?
I want to say it's over 1,000 right now, and when completed, it'll be 1,200 miles.
Yeah. Wow.
it's crazy. And then if you're not looking for the as much like hikey part of the Ice Age Trail, we also went to Algoma, like Jake mentioned, and that's right nestled in Door County, kind of on the right side of the thumb there. We went to Von Steele Winery, the oldest licensed winery in the state of Wisconsin, so that was great. But their Ice Age Trail is kind of just right through downtown, so you don't even necessarily have to get on a trail and hike. If that's not your thing, which it's not 100% mine. I like it, but you know, bugs and stuff. So there's some great places to eat. Everyone in the community was great there. We went to the Kite Festival right on Lake Michigan, so it's so beautiful, but you really can't beat it.
Now, how much hiking did you actually do while filming this?
That's a great question.
Or was it a lot of, all right, Megan, start walking? Okay,
well, no, we did hike probably 2 miles the one day in Rib Lake.
Yeah. Maybe.
It was raining, so I don't know how much. We were kind of just trying to get her done.
We probably covered about 2 miles of trail, but we probably hiked like 600 feet of each section there.
I did more than that.
I don't think you did.
You definitely got a taste of it.
And I'll look back on my Apple Watch records.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's a great idea for people, especially now that we're in the fall and with the fall colors. I think that if you're looking for places to hike, I think it's a great start. You can kind of maybe watch the episode and come up with some inspiration of where you want to jump on.
Absolutely. And again, their whole thing is they cut through communities. Like some trails are their own thing, but what they love the most about it with the Alliance is that you're seeing different places. It connects different places. The Mammoth Hike Challenge is happening in October. And the whole gist of that is go see 3 communities, hike a certain amount of miles. It's just a great way to go explore things and just be active and healthy while, you know, having a beer or some cheese curds along the way. It's a really unique experience.
It's all about balance.
Yes, of course.
100%. It was great. Well, thanks, Jake, for giving us a little sneak peek.
Yeah, of course, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and this comes out on streaming October 1st. Right is the perfect time for fall and to plan ahead. And then out on broadcast October 4th and 5th. So thank you so much, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
October is so much fun in Oak Creek, we've renamed it Oaktober. Kick off the month with a community tailgate in Drexeltown Square to cheer on our beloved Packers. Then join us for the all-new Oak Creek Dining Week from October 12th to the 18th, featuring amazing local eats. We're wrapping up the season at our renowned Oak Creek Farmers Market with the Fall Festival on October 25th. This is the biggest and final market day of the year, packed with activities and fall fun for everyone. For more details, visit oakcreek.com.
This October, experience the magic of jack-o'-lantern nights in Racine County at the Racine Zoo. For the entire month, the zoo transforms into a glowing wonderland with thousands of hand-carved pumpkins, whimsical light displays, and festive fall scenes. Bring your family and friends to stroll the illuminated pathways, take in the crisp autumn air, and make memories that will last all season long. Whether it's your first visit or your favorite fall tradition, Jack-o'-lantern Nights is the perfect way to celebrate October in Wisconsin. Don't miss out. Tickets are available now at racinezoo.org.
This fall, lace up your walking shoes and join us for NAMI Walks, Wisconsin, the statewide walk for mental health. We're gathering on Saturday, October 4th on the beautiful Sheboygan riverfront, where the lake breeze, vibrant colors, and friendly faces will remind you why we love living in Wisconsin. Your steps help raise awareness, build community, and support mental health programs across the state. Can't make it to Sheboygan? No worries. There are several other NAMI Walks happening across Wisconsin. Learn more or find the one near you at namiwalks.org/Wisconsin. That's NAMIWalks.org/Wisconsin. Today's episode of The Cabin was hosted by Andrea Belke and Megan Christian and produced by Andrea Belke. Audio engineering and video teasers by Nick Cardarella and Megan Christian, with social media by Megan Christian. Production support by Gavin McLean. The Cabin is a production brought to you by Discover MediaWorks. To learn more, head to discovermediaworks.com and don't forget to leave a review.